Welcome back to my weekly reading for Monday, August the 7th through to Sunday, August the 13th, 2017. I'm Debbie A. Anderson, and every week I'm using the Vibrational Energy Oracle cards, the Vibrational Earth Children deck, and finishing off with a card from the I Am Vibrational Affirmation deck. Well, I personally survived last week, and yes, betrayal did fall at my feet a couple of times. So I took a breath, released it, and tried to be in the consciousness of my intention in that given situation. And yes, we can from time to time screw up. After all, we're human. And when that part of us steps into the picture, well, the outcome can be a little different than what we expected. When that happens, there's a reason. Something we needed to see, even if it's just for ourselves. So, what's in store for us this coming week, you say? Well, for those of you who know about astrology, and let me know, and I'll let you know straight away, I'm a novice in this field. August the 7th is a full moon eclipse. It is all about being positive, as this is associated with Jupiter, the planet of luck, good fortune, and abundance. But as August is about the lion who can be king or queen of the jungle, Leos love to be in the limelight. And like all signs of the zodiac, there's both a positive and a negative trait within that zodiac sign. And that can come to the surface. So we also need to be very aware that if we roar too loudly, we may not be heard or accepted in the way we think we're coming across. What Spirit is showing is that this week may be a little unpredictable. Wow, does that sound familiar or what? It seems to be a bit of a reoccurring episode within our life. But one thing my very dear astrological guru friend of mine, Claire, shared with me is whatever we create in August can either work for us or not. So it is a little about being cautionary in whatever we are setting out to do, especially with relationships, because we know that's all about emotion, and this week we need to be in balance. All this week, balance, balance, balance. So here are the questions. What is being reflected this week? What's being reflected? Help me stay connected to my inner self, please. Remind me to stay balanced. And for those that have watched my weekly readings, I use the Vibrational Energy Oracle deck for the adult side of us, and then I incorporate the Vibrational Earth Children to see what our inner child or our inner voice is telling us. And that is the blue deck for the Vibrational Energy and the purple deck for the Vibrational Earth Children. So I'm going to shuffle the blue deck first, ask the question, and see what cards come out here. All right, let's go for this. Oh, there's one. Let's put it up here. There's the other one. They seem to pop out. And the third one. Okay, we have 3 cards. Put them all up here so that they're all together and I don't get muddled. First question, what's being reflected? Hopeless release. Oh, that seems familiar. Anyway, we'll see where it takes us. Question 2, help me stay connected to my inner self. You're going to love this one. The F word. Yeah, it came up a few times last week for me. The third question, remind me to stay balanced. And this is what I drew. Wild and free wind sprite. Now, for the purple deck. Our inner child. Let's see what 3. And there's 2. Let's put those up. Oh, and there's the third one. Wow, I don't have to shuffle very much this week. Love it. The 3 cards. What is being reflected? Be respectful. Help me stay connected to my inner self. Clowning around. And finally, question 3, remind me to stay balanced. And we have flying high. So let's have a look at these cards and what they're going to mean to us this week. Tapping into my guides and spirit helpers, not using the book, and there is a guidebook with each of these decks that if you purchase them, comes along with it. What's being reflected? Hopeless release. Yes, I know this is not the card I was hopeful to see, and you heard me make a little bit of a sigh when I saw it, because I thought, here we go again. Hopeless relief. But it is about perception. Everything's about perception, right? When we give up to God, Spirit, whatever universal force that you give up to, we're stepping into trust. Oh yeah, baby, trust. A word we love to say, but when we have to experience it, wow, can it smack us from here to Sunday. But what happens when we let go, release, the despair dissipates, dissolves into nothingness, or at least it becomes less harmful to the self. Everything in life is a reflection of who we are. So we have to accept that if this is happening to us right in this moment, take ownership of it, but just in that moment, then free it. It's discharged from your energy. And this is where trust comes into the equation, because we have to be in that frequency to let it go and trust that God, Spirit, or whomever we put our trust in is going to handle it. It's not our responsibility now. Not that we don't have responsibility from what has happened, but we don't have to, once we've let it go, hang on to it. Okay, same question for our inner child. What is being reflected? And it was be respectful. This is all about your attitude to others and their attitude towards you. It means being responsible for yourself all the time. In what you say, what you do, how you act, how you play, how you interact. Yes. So what if it's being reflected to you is not what you wish to see, which is normally the case, isn't it? Change that vibration, that frequency for you, not for others. So change the frequency. If this is coming from an outside force, be respectful of what's happening in their world, but don't take it on board and be that yourself. I state again, it's for you to disseminate. I think that's the right word. For you to sort it out. Help me stay connected to my inner self. Welcome back, dear F word. Welcome into this week, and bring with you the words we need to discharge from our energy and replacement them with F words that are more in tune with our vibration. And that, my friends, may be different for each of you. Let go of frustration and fill that void with what will be favourable to me, to you. This will be faultless. Will this be feasible for me to work with? You've got it. You're not saying it has to be, you're asking. So you're staying connected in that vibration. Help me stay connected to my inner self. Clowning around. Clowning around. I'm concluding we may need the umbrella to hold over our heads so that when the free fall comes out of the sky, we don't have to have it hit us on the head. Maybe this week it is about clowning around, having fun when connecting to yourself in the moment. Just playing in each given moment that we can't fix, we can't change it, we can't manipulate it. Make it turn out the way we want it to be. Maybe, we're missing the bigger picture of all of this. Yep, can be hard to swallow. But then again, this is about you wanting to stay connected to your inner self. Clowning around. Remind me to stay balanced. Wild and free wind sprite. Yes, you can be a creature who can sometimes be responsible for causing havoc and mayhem. But in its true essence, the wild and free wind sprite just wants to be the untamed, not restricted individual. Sound familiar? Of course it does, but with anything in our humanness, we need to create a balance. Independent freedom also requires us to be responsible to ourselves and to our core soul vibration, because that desires to be in harmony. So, cautionary note. Remind me to stay balanced, flying high. Balance is really fine-tuning, and you have the creature up here, this lovely eagle that's flying high, and the little penguin there that's sitting in the boat not going anywhere. So this is where we find our balance. And yes, the scales can tip either way. So what your inner child is sharing with me, relating to this card, is determination, purpose. I must, I will, I can. These are all words associated with strength of mind. It takes commitment to achieve anything, as we all know. But it is worth it in the end. If you can't get something right the first time, then try again. So hang in there this week. Okay? This week's quote is just so in tune with what we need to remind ourselves. And sadly, when I looked online, the author's unknown. So we're sending out thanks to that author that said, when the moon is not full, the stars shine more brightly. So now the moon is shining brightly tomorrow evening after it starts to wane. Let your energy shine brightly. Okay, finally, let's see what our affirmation for this week will be from the I Am Vibrational affirmation deck. And that's the lovely orange deck here. Have a quick shuffle. Okay, there's the card. Card number 12. I am the reflection of my own mirror image shining back at me. Our goal essence is to see what is beneath and recognize it for what it is. As always, I'm wishing you all a vibrational, inspirational week, embracing your true vibrational frequency, your essence, your core, your soul. So have fun,